He then got the ability to try and kite back and buy space for this Varus. I saw the Lulu hover. I wasn't sure if we were going to end up seeing something like the on-hit Varus. Looks like it could still be poked with the composition they have, but Ambessa, as you say, focus is going to be on him to be that consistent DPS as this game goes on. And look at that Fnatic side, but here we go.
Oscarinin caught out there, was waiting in a bush. Will it take some damage from Kana and from Yike? It's not going to be too much. Oscarinin, if he does the level of skill, can just dash away, as used it earlier on. Kana gets him down to about, which means they will hit that level 2 first.
But a relatively decent first level here from Fnatic's bot lane, as they're going to be... Oh, Kana might be in trouble.
That's the Q3, but he might just be dead. He's going to hold the flash. Oscar needs another... Oh! He flashes over it, but Kana can flash away. Oscar on the chase. What cooldowns does he have? Not enough's the answer. Flash for flash. You need to be dashing in and out. We're going to play around the grubs right now. Mickey does have a good flank position. Smite comes out from Yike to secure that first grub. Fnatic backing away from it for now. Oscarinin starting to poke his nose down towards the river. Second grub will go over to KC, who continue to control the river. Fnatic are still looking for this fight, but with the recall coming out from Mickey, they just give up all 3 grubs.
Yeah, you can see the push on bottom lane meant that Kana was able to roam up towards that mid lane.
The list headbutted across the wall. Looking for the pulverize here from Mickey. Is Razork going to flash forward? Has the Cyclone. It's a Tempest for Kalist, but the heal comes out and he uses the barrier. Piercing arrow through Razork. They dive back in. The hero's entered from Bobby, trying to save the fight, but he's interrupted. Yike goes low. Oscar takes him. Mickey trying to 1v1 the enemy AD carry, but he just doesn't need. The public execution is delayed. Oscarinin can't find his mark. Oscar, who is one of your key points for this composition to work.
But it also means that Oscarinin, that level advantage starting to diminish for him.
He finally got that 700 gold lead you were talking about earlier, Medic. And Upset is actually silently kind of coming back into this game. It's only a 6 years lead. Now Mickey goes in on Targamas.
Targamas does have 6 heroes. Entrance coming down as well. The Glacial Fisher won't do anything. A schism in KC as Targamas is split from the team and Fnatic pounce.
Great pick from Fnatic, and this was something that we saw from KC in their series against Vitality.
Very fast. Muy rápido.
Muy rápido indeed. As we see Yike actually stepping around here, but he doesn't realize he's surrounded! Yike, there are 3 people who are preying on your demise. Yike survived so long, shielded as well by Kana! KC collapsed perfectly. The TP behind by Cody as he looks for a bit more gunfight. A 3-man torn after diving in, that's 2 down! KC lose 2, Kana trying to escape, goes all out, dives back on the Upset, but he's knocked in the air and taken out! A double for Oscar in Madrid!
Just like that, Fnatic punch back against KC.
There's players like Alvaro who have begun to take that spot. Targamas challenging for it at times as well. KC, though, will use this tempo opportunity to take their 3rd objective of the game. Public execution. Oh my God! Oscarinin! He's taking names!
He said he was going to do a bomba, and that's what he's doing. 4-0 on the Ambessa.
Isn't going to be as easy on towards the Orianna. So I think for KC, moments like this where Vladdy can get some alone time with the tower still, thanks to the control KC have on the top side.
First person to die in a team fight. So we really need to see the best version of him today if he's going to be the one to show up and carry this game.
The guy that they do not want to see surviving for more than a nanosecond.
They're kind of playing this hit-and-run warfare, trying to get these towers, trying to pick away little bits of damage, seeing what they can do. But now KC is what we were talking about, the ability to use it.
I think you just accept it. Who cares? We're still 10 minutes away from a soul. It won't be an ocean soul for Fnatic, which when you're playing a one-punch
top side here, then Kana is going to be forced to catch that, and then Fnatic
he's currently soloing it. It's a little bit of vision for Fnatic just outside of the pit. Mickey stepping forward, takes a chunk from Vladdy. Oscarinin going back, probably has that death dance, going to TP down towards the bottom side. Fnatic are looking for the fight as KC begin to retreat. Kalista half HP, flash away from Vladdy. Mickey's engaged, doesn't quite hit the mark, and now Mickey needs to run. Flashes himself, shockwave down. A huge ultimate down as Oscarinin has to dash away. The engage from Razork. He finds all of Carmine Corp, and the walls come tumbling down around them. Already they've lost Targamas, they have to retreat. No flash on Kalist, no flash on Vladdy. Yike and Kana might look for the steal. Oscarinin still trying to keep them at bay. Fnatic will claim the Atacon after an amazing engage from Razork.
And Razork in his home. He finds them all. He secures them.
He's injected, but again, it's the sideline play, and Kana's overextended.
Now, Oscarinin is just going to chunk him out. Razork coming in as well for that extra damage. Pathmaker in from Kana. does have the flash and will use it to get away. The public execution chases him. Yike is here to try and respond. Redemption out. Kana trading in. The cyclone from Razzle with TP coming in, as well as Kobe looks to join the fray. Oscar in flashing forward onto Yike, but in the end, the fight will dematerialize out of that. I look down and I see blue, 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 and a little bit of red at the bottom. If it is a 4v4...
More on this bottom side of the map because they spot him out with a ward, but they don't know exactly where he is. But
Oscar into Yike, that's a chunk. Oscar, public execution, stops the knockback, but now he's caught out. Targamas looking for the chase. Mickey with the heal to try and heal him up. Oscar in still has the flash, but he's stunned. The Glacial Fisher follows him. And Vladdy finds his man, the Ocean Drake, secured by Fnatic. KC Judas called for the Baron immediately. Target's going to base, but he still has that teleport.
And that's the hero for Fnatic here.
This is where the game will be decided, folks. As KC taking this Nash, let's see if Razor can do it.
Little bit of vision next to where Razzle is, but none in that bush. Path makeup from Kana finds two. Kobe and Mickey kept at bay. Razzle trying to get into the pit, but they do not know how low this Baron currently is. Razzle, the auto goes onto him, the knock-up as well, and Kana dives in! The Baron speaks French, it seems! Kana separates Razzle from his ability to get into the Baron as KC secure the objective.
And the villain wasn't Kalist, it was Kana who denies Razork from entering the pit. He sacrifices his own life, and KC... It's so difficult, they have to play this slow. Razork with a fantastic flank.
Kobe stepping forward, Razzle's coming in as well. Kobe goes to the engagements of Vladdy, Killer Instinct in as well. But Fnatic is separated. Vladdy down low, gets the redemption. Public execution by the Oleana, and the shockwave does nothing. A hero's entrance from the potent Kobe as he dives in towards that backline. Kana forced away, past Faker will find him a small degree of safety, but Kobe's having none of it. They chase him down. Oscar in flashing for it. Yike trying to get the slow onto him. Another taunt onto Targamas down towards the bottom side. Targamas goes down. KC only have two left alive.
Fnatic remember spring, and they say that will not happen again as they march towards the Nexus and take game number one.
Vamos Fnatic, it's Oscar and Razork that keep finding the engages back to back to back that will secure Fnatic game number one.
A superlative display from the Spanish squadron for Fnatic. Oscar and Razzle on their backs. This was built. Fnatic at the top of the mountain. KC beginning to fall down.
Sort of champion that if you really know the limits of it, you can do so much in a team fight.
I think it also just speaks volume to Mickey as a player, right? Like, he is in solo queue, the guy that is going to...
His game completely scot-free, and will now be able to get to level 6, and the only thing he had to drop was a dragon.
Yike is going to be able to secure this dragon for KC. They keep their record of taking the first neutral objective in both of the first two games of this series. They will lose their blue buff for it. Razzle should take over to 6 as well by stealing away this neutral objective. Well, blue side objective, I guess, technically. Take away that buff for himself. Stealing the Grump as well. Targamas still
mana intensive as well. You can see Kalist now is struggling for it. So if you actually tried to take a team fight, I don't think you'd have the mana for a lot of arcane shifts or a lot of mystic shots.
But crucially here, Kana is the one moving, as now Mickey looks for a stun onto Targamas.
Yeah, we'll get it. Eclipse going down from Targamas as well. The Upshock laser doesn't quite clip him. KC getting 2 of these grubs will be huge as they go for the engage onto Yike. Cataclysm downhill, flash the wall, unstoppable also out from Oscar in. Looks for the decimating smash, but a good dash away with the fate sealed will get KC out of that situation. 2 for 1 in terms of grubs, but KC should be happy enough to get out of there with their life.
And this buffer city for KC, what a beautiful...
Can then start to pick off some of these members, especially with things like the Cataclysm and that Rumble ults combo.
Oh, this might be in trouble.
Yeah, he's a little bit alone. TP comes in. There's the dazzle. Lightning crash coming out. Kalist's going to dash away, but Mickey's tanking the tower and isn't yet level 6. The minions are in the way. The fire upset's going to die too. Targamas needs another couple of orders. Can't quite find them. Razzle going in. Doesn't have that cease and desist. Kalist, can you find a way out? No way. Enough, he escapes. A shield game break, but excessive force. Out of the buy, finally finds his man.
That was the exact amount of force needed there, because that went a bit disastrously for Fnatic. Upset, missing one of the...
It immediately makes sure that KC don't have the opportunity to push in that top lane tower.
It's also KC are just shy of their first item breakpoints, whereas you're getting them on Fnatic, so Fnatic basically using that fact that they don't have to pop off.
This feels terrible.
It really doesn't. Fnatic have shown that that is their focus. If they can take out Kalist, they believe the rest of them in a big team fight. Has the Leandries will absolutely burn as Yike is spotted on this control ward towards the top side. Oscar should just be able to walk his way away. He doesn't have the flash though, and with the Cataclysm coming out, there's no real escape here for the Sion. Decimating Smash lands onto 2. They're going to keep chasing him under the tower. The Equalizer down, Flame Spitter. Enough from Yike and from Kana to find the kill. Poby on the chase. Just going to clear out the way.
I think Oscar was trying to win the fight for KC, because after that tower gold comes in, just the consistent DPS from Fnatic is so strong.
They're going to dive onto Oscar. Lightning Crash coming out from Upset, and Targamas has to flash away. Weaver's wall will split them uprights. Separates Kalist from his team, but he doesn't really mind being on this side. Equalizer down, will clip the Rift Herald. Razzle diving in. The smite comes out from Yike, lands it. Cosmic Radiance not going to come down in time to save Razzle. Both the junglers have traded their lives, and now we get to see Kalist really open up. Oscar has to flash away. Fate Seal from Bloody doesn't find his mark, and the shield from Oscar is enough for now. The seismic shove. Oscar blows him up with the roar of the Slayer. Trades his own life for it in the end, a 2 for 2.
KC played that so patient. They end up waiting for that ult to come out from Mickey, but
Mickey's dead. Kalist finds him. Huge. 4-2-0 now on the Ezreal.
And it's Fnatic that
He made
are
a
trying.
mistake there. He ults a little bit too late when it's Razork that starts the fight, so he doesn't get that Cosmic Radiance to actually survive, and you have to wonder, if he did survive, that fight would look completely different for them.
It's a 2.5 second cast bar, and we saw Razork diving in, immediately getting stunned, and just probably a quarter of a second away, because people want to align the Drake and the Artican take whenever you can. Trying to set up vision around it. They'll lose their mid lane tower. Ward up this topside jungle. Fnatic using that as a great opportunity just to step in here and take down the tier 1. KC investing a couple members too many, but it's because they knew Fnatic had been strong right now. Has Bloodletters and Leandry's already complete. He's looking for the damage onto Razork. Weaver's wall coming out. Mickey trying to get in here. Razork diving forward as they jump onto Kana, on towards that backline. Kana gets the Equalizer down. Cosmic Radiance coming out as well as Upset's already got the first kill. The second goes out as Fnatic collapse perfectly. Bloody and Kana eat dirt.
And it's a disaster for KC. They're the ones with control. They're the ones with the position, but they can't hold it. Fnatic keep being the
they are firmly the 4th place team. Every conversation didn't matter, but it's now Fnatic on towards the Artican. But KC, do they want to contest?
Yike building a herald already. Can he look for this? Bloody has the teleport, so does Kana. The Artican already down to 2,000. Yike trying to get in there, but he can't get close enough. The stun onto Yike, exhausted immediately. He's going to need to get the hell out of dodge. Dives in with the Cataclysm, but dives for it. And now Kana's in the midst of the fray. The dash away from Upset gets him across the wall. Mickey falling low. Oscar in too, but he's going to flash the wall as well. And KC, they're just so close, but they can't. You got to step into darkness. You got to go into the unknown to try and find a way back into this game. You are bleeding currently. Can you stop it? Find a tourniquet. Is it Yike who can grab it, who can smite it away from Fnatic? Yike able to get into the middle of the pit, but he's there so early. Cataclysm out, but he's just going to die. The Baron's still incredibly healthy. Fnatic will claim it. Can they take the fight afterwards? Another down to Fate Sealed. Lands onto Razork. Upset falling low. Needs to get out. The Redemption saves him. Upset. The Redemption saves him. Upset back in Madrid. And he's not giving up his hopes and worlds again.
Upset is coming for revenge in Madrid here as he takes them down. Kalist does not have the damage.
But people look to them as odds-on favorites to get to Worlds. I know I did. I predicted 3-1 KC. Yeah. But today, Fnatic have been the better team so far. They still need to
feel like they are together. They feel like they understand exactly how far they can push KC, and they are breaking KC right before our eyes. And it looks like that inhibitor turret is the next thing to fall.
And it feels like the nail in the coffin for KC as they're able to get mid inhib now. They can look to siege up towards top as well. Vladdy able to get some sort of reprisal down in that bot lane, but Upset used his E here.
Kana with a good equalizer, but no real collapse from the rest of KC. Does mean that Fnatic are unlikely to continue on the push.
You can see how timid KC are though, even when Upset uses his...
Feels like their grip on this game is falling away.
Oh, it's slipped. They are currently plummeting down to KC. It is only Fnatic's 3rd of the game. Razork can step forward. Another tier 2 to
and it's
the
just
mesh.
Choked KC out and given me so much confidence for this Fnatic lineup.
Seismic shove back onto Yike, he buffed as well. Flag and drag act, but Razork is not going to let him escape without using his ultimate. Flash away from the Jarvan. KC's jungler.
Razork did it to use his ultimate as well, though. So you end up getting that buffer out from Yike. with
Targamas letting it crash, he has to flash. That's the Leona almost just getting taken out, he's dead! Upset dashing in, he's feeling himself, he knows the win is in sight. Game 2 of this best of 5 could be claimed by Fnatic, but they take a step back, they take a breath, they realize perhaps a little bit too hypey there from their AD carry. They want the tier 3 in top as their prize. The wave cleared out well by KC, Upset has to dash away from Vladdy, who looked for the engage.
For such great success, and I don't see KC contesting this Nash.
I mean, Young's going to try and steal it. Sneak behind them, but he's spotted on that ward. He'll clear it out. The Weaver's wall. Fnatic turn their attention instead to Targa, who immediately is deleted. They don't even need to take the Baron, they'll just take the fight. Kana follows suit as Targa and Kana fall to the dirt. Vladdy having to dash away, but Razor finds him with his fists. A triple for Upset, the base in their eyes.
11-0 for Upset, a 2-0 for Fnatic, and KC look absolutely clueless as to how to stop the rising giants of Fnatic.
And Fnatic have disappointed when we believed, but when we lost hope, that is when they have come back and shined brighter.
The every fall. They're going to be delayed. How long on Vladdy and Kana? 20 seconds. Shouldn't be enough for KC to hold this as Oscarinin is falling low. Upset begins to step forward and forces KC back to their advantage. He is so damn strong right now. Almost full build. The seismic shove on Clist will knock him back. And with a slight hiccup as the inhibitor respawns, Fnatic will close it out and go one game away from Worlds. And Fnatic for that counter-strike. There's a certain symmetry in these drafts, though. We saw the last time Razor brought out the Neferi was in spring playoffs in Game 3 versus KC when they were opposition definitely allows them to do. And get a big lead here is Razor's going to go intangible. Targamas are looking for that CC route. Mickey diving in though, when they dive onto Kalista, who has to flash away. The ricochet will start to shred through Fnatic. They back away immediately. Mickey's on the wrong side of this wall and doesn't really have a hope in hell of escaping. KC should claim first blood. Mickey's going to chase off Kalista. Meanwhile, Razor trying to dive in onto Yike. Jumps across into Targamas as well, but he's got no mid laner here. With Vladdy moving across for mid, Razor has to flash the wall.
So Razor ends up moving into position to smite away the Scuttle Crab, so at least gets something as he has to burn his flash, but Mickey walking into the pit ends up giving that kill across, so KC ends up burning a lot of summoner spells, but a kill early for Kalist.
And Fnatic just didn't have the damage. They were the ones who got to pull the trigger onto Kalist, but with him flashing away with the barrier, with the spell shield, they weren't able to bring him down.
Exactly what is happening with that pulse.
Even though Mickey doesn't get the kill, I think it's still really nice. Like,
so it's Mickey consistently going top and pressuring Kana. This feels unheard of, the Fnatic that I was watching a few weeks ago. All they knew was bot, but this Fnatic is playing the map and they're playing it comprehensively.
And putting pressure into Oscarinin as Razor was able to take 2 of the Hound's pursuit. He flashes. Oh, the destiny for the vision is beautiful! That was team coordination to a T from Fnatic, and now they're looking for Targamas under the turret. Razor will have the Hound's pursuit again, dashes in, can eviscerate to drop away some of the aggro. There's 2 to the dogs. Who let him out? Fnatic.
Fnatic are looking to take over the early game once more. KC, sure, they'll get the dragon, but the kills on the top laner and the support are massive for Fnatic Snowball.
And it's Razor that picks up both kills here and the third
moments to relax and wonder if Fnatic are going to make that 13.
Oh, he canceled his Q.
Beautiful!
Oh my god!
Who is this man? You take him to Spain and he's living La Vida Loca, apparently.
He's so damn good.
2 of the 3 games we've seen so far, he has been the dominant force in that top lane. It's only 12 minutes in as Targamas caught out a little bit with those darting daggers. You can see the chunk. As soon as you get that Spear of Zojin, becomes so hard to fight against. Dredgeline going in onto Mickey. There's the Destiny. Targamas trying to get out because the Hound Pursuit's going to chase him down. Razor goes intangible. They dive back onto Yike. Razor now needs to get out. Doesn't have the flash, and Kalist will put a boomerang into his backside. The dive in! A twisted advance from Yike finds 2! With a Nature's Grasp and a Bramble Smash, he'll find his marks. That's 2 for them. Counter-strike out from Kana. Oscarinin still needs to be a little bit cautious. Only has a lot of ages right now at a tier. Perhaps he'll be the one queuing after this. Kana dives back in. Good knockback from Oscar to survive. Looking, but Targamas and Kalista waiting for him. They saw him walk through mid lane, so They have perfect awareness of where Razork is. Dredgeline in from Targamas. Call of the Pack used by Razork just to jump away from it. Wasn't going to connect anyway. KC still on the Drake. Should be able to get this one as Fnatic still eye for a fight. Want a bit of a Barney around here if they can get it. Mickey has that Magnet Storm. Will step in. Shadowing Strike. Destiny popped as well. Mickey, the flash engage is there. You can sense it, but not going to be able to find it.
But they're getting what they want on side lanes, right? Like, Poby's just been pushing in this bot lane the entire time as KC have kind of been struggling to move between Dragon and mid lane. And I can't quite see,
Targamas was on his way across, but Oscar will just hold this wave, let the cannon die, and then take the tower.
I don't know if Mickey's going to be fast enough to the counterpunch on the bottom side, though. Poby left alone underneath the structure.
Arcane Storm coming out. Yike has
so
that Nature's Grasp. He is incredibly tanky with that Rod of Ages already complete. Vladdy, and wave still stands for him. Rift Herald secured for Fnatic as Mickey doesn't quite hit the Shadowing Strike.
And I think this sequence really highlights why we've been so happy with Fnatic today.
You get to the series that makes you get there, and Fnatic somehow find a way. KC trying to stymie that, trying to stop it. Dredgeline's going to hit, but Poby's going to walk away. In fact, he's going to walk back forward. TP coming in. Targamas stunned up, tried to flash away. The TP cancelled up towards the top side as Oscarinin was caught out by Yike, Kalist, and Kana. He's going to try and get away, but the Nature's Grasp is going to follow him. Meanwhile, on the bot side, you can see Razork still chasing onto Vladdy. The Rift Herald used to charge down the tower. Vladdy will die. Rift Herald, where you're going back towards the tier 2. 1-for-1 exchange, but a tower alongside it for Fnatic.
And it's Fnatic that are winning out in this trade as they get the bot tower and they're going to get the tier 2. And Kana might be able to pick up this top tower, but it's Fnatic that are constantly ahead in tempo. And even when Oscar dies here...
He finds him. Oh, does he? Okay, upset Wars past target. TP
and
coming
Kana
out from
TP'd, so
Kana.
he doesn't get the top tower, but he does have a flank on the bot.
They're looking for the collapse onto Poby here, who has the flash and has the teleport and has the destiny. Locks a gold card in. We'll wait for the counter strike. Knockup coming out from Targamas. I think they're just giving up Poby.
Another TP behind, though.
Exhaust down onto Kana. Razork needs to run away, but he's got so many tools to do so. Eviscerates across the wall. Vladdy's still on the chase. Mickey dismounted for now, but remounts, finds the horse in time to gallop his way back to the turret.
But KC get one kill. Really hard for Fnatic to actually team fight 5v5. So KC can go back to their tried and true method. Like, you can see Fnatic, they have the TF on bot, they have the Gragas on top. They're going to push out these sides, but I think KC may be grouped here a little bit too early, as now they're going to be forced to send Kana up top. Someone's going to have to catch this bot side, and then Fnatic can just now leverage those numbers advantage to get the maybe Drake.
Well, Poby might be collapsed on Destinies immediately.
But Vladdy has to choose between picking the wave here or not. And it just, you see this constant pressure and tension on Fnatic that's making it so difficult for KC to play.
Fnatic haven't started the Dragon up immediately, though. Now the wave's been dealt with by Vladdy. Can KC mount some sort of attack here as Fnatic look to just steal the Dragon run?
Targamas goes in with the Hex Flash. Nature's Grasp coming out. Oscarin's going to be able to dodge that. Meanwhile, Mickey caught out. He'll crash down back into the pit. Oscarinin on the wrong side of this fight, but he's so tanky for now. Kana dives in with a counter-strike, finds Mickey. Oscarinin already dead. A good stun card from Poby. The Death Judge will follow him down. 2 already for KC. The 5v5 fight is exactly where they drive, but they can't find more out of it. They do get the Drake, though. Great. Gold lead shrinks to only 1,000. Oh, Mickey. That's a sneaky play if I've ever seen it. Vladdy trying to answer on this side lane. Mickey just waiting. Vladdy's going to check it, and Mickey realizes, okay, perhaps I can't do too much more. Goes in with a Magnet Storm still. Nature's Grasp going to follow him home, and I think Fnatic are the ones with a little bit of desperation coming out now. Mickey went for the engage. No real follow-up from his team. He'll die to Vladdy. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Kalist was chunked out, but he survives. A 1-for-0 exchange so far. Razork chasing Yike down, upset, having to Valkyrie forward, but immediately concussive blows coming out from Targamas. He'll cleanse, he'll flash away. They dive back in. Razork finds Carnage.
Kalist is in base.
Kalist is in base. He had to recall because of the trade in the mid lane. And Yike escapes with his splash. 1-for-1 the exchange in totality.
And this is what Fnatic need. They need chaos. They need fights.
Is it going to be enough into a death charge and on the hunt, an Arcane Storm? Yike on his way, doesn't have that Nature's Grasp. A stun card from Poby has to flash the Dredgeline. Artakan down to 4,000 HP. TP coming in from Kana as they look for the fight. Razork stepping forward, but he's already down to half HP. Yike going in as well. Look at that smite. It's Razork that gets the Artakan, but it's Mickey who's going to pay for it with his life. A twisted advance from Yike will find his mark. Nature's Grasp coming out now. Fnatic scattering, fleeing the scene of the crime. They snuck it away from KC.
I can't believe Fnatic managed to find that that window as Kana was dead and couldn't TP into the fight. Just an excuse to drag Fnatic into a fist fight, but Mickey again sneaking around.
So sneaky from Mickey, finds the Shadowing Strike into the Crashdown. They just want to chunk out Kana. Explosive cast spread, they're not bad. There's the Magnus Storm, follow-up House Pursuit in from Razork, and Kana is down. Drake up in a minute, it's still a while. House Pursuit in, again by Razork, immediately jumps up into the corner of the pack to negate the Bramble Smash out from Yike. Eviscerate forward, trying to get that mid lane control once again.
And it felt like Fnatic needed some magic to try to get control of this Drake after we've seen them struggle before. And
The
Mickey
kill onto Kana. They now have a 35 petal lead, which is about 2.5k in terms of stats.
Oscar Innen is playing around this ward on the bottom side though. There's a ward here and he's managed to sneak over the wall. Now actually just spotted by Yike. A little bit on his lonesome.
I mean, Yike's going to get chunked out. Uses the Nature's Grasp as well, which is huge. That's a big element that won't be available for the Cloud Drake fight. Poby stunned up in the gravity field. Oscar Innen going back in, trying to make the tree go timber. And there's the follow-up. Twisted advance forward. Razork getting chunked out quite a ton. As the redemption comes out, Kana flashes for it. One down on either side. Oscar Innen on that front line, but Fnatic can't take the fight anymore. They need the picks. They need to find the sneaky routes in. But with both junglers down, KC just going to start up this dragon.
Oscar is looking to base and TP back here with full HP. If he can find the angle.
Stunned. I thought for a second he was just going to dive in immediately with a counter-strike. Oscar Innen looking for that flank. Targamas can dive on him immediately, and they have a ton of CC. He's very tanky and has the Seekers just picked up, so can stop time for a second. Magnus Storm in by Mickey. The Gatling gun from Upset. Kana counter-strikes the gold card and dives onto Poby. Poby almost dies to the laser, but doesn't quite go down. Upset's going to kill off Kana. Meanwhile, on the top side of the fight, Oscar Innen getting chunked out, and Kalist and Vladdy will secure that kill.
And KC have the better team fighting comp, and they're doing it with
isn't under threat. KC are able to get the damage that they want off. And as they then go to reset here, sure, Oscar Innen is bloody, nearly getting towards that Sonya's Hourglass as well. KC
there was none available. It would be Mickey. So let's let him cook one last time.
See what he can find. Fnatic trying to get some semblance of control around the Baron right now. Their gold lead shrinking by the second. Yike has done such a good job of making sure he survives, dives forward with a twisted advanced explosive cast. Not quite there. Hound's Pursuit available to Razork. Can look for the engage. Arcane Storm out from Vladdy just to disengage. Kalist and Upset fighting down towards the bottom side of the fight as Kana is yet to TP in.
But that's exactly what Jack was talking about. They're so quick and they can't really find anything. Kana has prevented or stopped his reset on the bottom side. He wants to just keep pushing as KC, they're corralling Fnatic, keeping them busy so then this Jax can do work on the bottom lane.
So hard now for Fnatic to find the engage they really need. Depth charge onto Mickey, goes out of vision, double redemption out, but Mickey will be the first to fall. He goes down. Kana continues to push in bots.
And it feels like the nail in coffin for Fnatic. They weren't able to find it. They might be able to pick off Kana here, but Casey will be able to get this Baron. Nashor, we'll see if they can even pick off Kana with how fast he is with his Cloud Soul.
He doesn't have the flash. Counter-strike out, rapid fire onto him. Will get the gold card connection stun. Kana still trying to chase away, but the exhaust and the flash forward from Poby will get the CC. Oscar Innen still looking for that flank position. Can go in. It will be Kana's life for Baron if he even dies. Explosive cast back. Kana will fall. Upset gifted the gold, but the Baron for KC.
I mean, that's so worth this KC. Yeah, you lose Kana, but this Baron should be everything that you need to close out this game. And KC are wasting no time. They immediately move into the top lane.
I think the one thing for KC now is, do you get a bit over-eager here? This is where you could stumble at the finish line because Kana is still going to be...
Fnatic still fishing for something. In fact, it's Targamas who fishes, chucks out the hook, connects onto a wall. TP behind as Poby begins to run. Depth charge coming out as well. The heal, the redemption, everything being used to try and get Poby out of this situation, but there's no escape from the clutches of Kana and Kalist. Mickey and Poby fall, and KC might just look for the win.
They've already got that bot wave prepped and ready as they start their march towards the base. Oscar Innen will have to retreat from the top half of the map to try and stop his base from going down.
And KC finally breathing some life back into this series as it looks like they might just take the game right here.
I mean, they might just be able to close it out. 30 seconds before Poby is back up. 15 on Mickey, does have the Magnet Storm. Razork looking at the damage onto Vladimir, it's just not enough. The comfort picks for KC seem to have paid off. The Nexus tower's falling. Oscar in and trying to defend. Explosive cast might be used just to clear out that minion wave, but the Baron up minions so strong. Karna diving back in, Shadowing Strike crash down will get the stun onto him. Dredgeline dodged by Mickey, steps down away from it. The Gravity Well finds the stun. Kalista and Yike begin to open up on the mid lane inhibitor tower.
And for the first time, Fnatic look like they're bleeding, but it's Fnatic who are on the chase.
Oscar in and chasing in. He's the only one with TP on this team. Poby goes in with the Destiny. They dive to Bloody Magnus. Storm out. Mickey finds one. They'll look for two. Karna jumps away with the lead strike. Pops the stopwatch. Goes golden. But he is just going to his grave. Fnatic find two more. Dredgeline away from Targamas. They're in.
But it's Elder. It's Elder in 40 seconds.
In 4 seconds, as you say. 40 seconds on Karna and Vladdy. They'll be back up just in time for the Elder spawn.
But that might be too late. If they spawn on the Elder and Fnatic decide to rush it, they're already pressing recall. This might be the magic enter, and they're gonna give Fnatic the Elder. What is happening?
It wouldn't be an LEC series with Worlds qualification on the line if we didn't get a roller coaster of a gold graph, guys. KC had control of the game. They breathed, they split, they looked for the Nexus towers, and you talked about it, Jack. You said, when you are in this position in a series, it is so easy to overstep. The Elder will be secured by Fnatic. Razzle waiting on it just a little bit.
They're trying to time it a little bit with the Baron. Sure. Very smart here by Fnatic.
They want to have that buff for the Baron fight. They'll continue to wait. Mickey was looking for Karna, who successfully dodges away from it. They just hold it, and there we are, 2 minutes before the Baron. Fnatic will steal everything they can. The gold basically irrelevant. Complete. If he can land a gold card, will absolutely melt through someone.
It's basically your full one-shot build at this stage. He's going to do so much work. Only that control ward preventing him from being full build at this stage. But Fnatic, they're just hoping someone on KC takes that step too far forward. Kalista needs to be careful.
Yeah, might need to back away a little bit here. Fnatic timing this with the minion wave coming in. Hex flash forward by Mickey. Hound's pursuit on Kalista. Spell shield coming out as well. He's going to dash away. Call of the pack for Razzle will get him out of dodge. Oscar in and pops the stopwatch, and Fnatic pop the tower. They'll take another one in this unrelenting push, but with Baron coming up in 20 seconds and the Elder falling off in 45, they want to go back and regain control. Look at the bot wave, though. Super minions pushing in there. At some point, someone's going to have to deal with that. And if Fnatic don't deal with it, double TPs from KC.
But Poby found the pick.
Poby finds the pick. Onto Yike. Twisted advance forward. Upset flashing. The Dragon comes in. Fnatic Dragons find their way to the Rift. The Elder laser enough to kill off the enemy jungle.
But KC are pinging enemy Nexus. They're thinking about TPing, but Fnatic want to keep fighting. Oh, this game is on a knife's edge here.
Oscar Ridden needs to reset. You can see him. He's just got that channel lock. Vladdy couldn't interrupt him with that ray. And now the minions are on towards the Nexus tower.
Elder down in 6.
That's it. That's the Elder buff gone. KC, they can potentially take the fight when they see Oscar Ridden in the base.
KC have an advantage around the Baron pit right now. They've got an extra man. Poby, no destiny for him. He's going to have to sprint across it. Pops the ghost to do so. Meanwhile, Oscar Ridden TPing behind. KC, the ones now getting caught, perhaps in their own jungle. A hook onto Oscar Ridden. Targamas chunked out. Mickey cleanses away with the unsealed spellbook. He's looking for that Magna Storm flash. Across the wall, can't find it. Fnatic turn their eyes back towards the Baron. 5 seconds on Yike.
KC are just playing this push, and Paul tried to delay by time for Yike. He's now spawned, but he needs to get to the Baron, and it might just be gone.
It's already down to 6,000. Karna dives in. Razzle dashes away. Mickey gonna get caught out by Kalista. Kalista on the wrong side of the wall. The Baron goes over, and it's Razzle who gets it. Kalista with a GA. Karna gets one, and he's looking for more. Poby has to flash away, but although Fnatic got the Baron, KC clean up the fight.
KC no va morir ya! They are taking it back. They're not out yet as they bring this series to game 4.
It's Mickey against the world, and KC are happy to put him in his place as they march down the mid lane. And KC with the ace have just done it.
Impatience around the Nexus was almost their downfall. Patience at the Baron is what will keep them in this series. KC are not done yet.
My God, need to provide that front line that you really need, and enabling that Xayah as well, so it will still be the tree just on the opposite side of the rift.
And it's huge for Yike. Like when he was coming up through G2,
for me, the signing of him was
a little bit random.
Questionable.
Like, I understood that humanoid, everything, it wasn't really working out, but I didn't think Poby was the answer. But thus far, he's had really good laning phases across the board. He was a little bit disjointed at first, but now Oscar
trading flashes away from the Infernal Chains. Karna's going to have to flash as well. Oscar looking to the skip and
No way.
Another auto. Karna, though.
Oh my god!
Oscar, what has this man been eating?
Oscar finds the solo kill, is now Upset's in trouble.
She has to cleanse away from it. Root caller from Yike is blocked by Mickey. Upset will expend his cleanse. They use the heal alongside it, but the Fnatic
out in the early game, but overall, it's not the end of the world. You're still playing a very high-scaling ADC in the form of Yunara, so you're still chilling.
Yeah, you'll be okay with this, as you say, like you do lose a little bit. Oh,
Oscar
here.
at 6.
Level 6 coming out, but Yike is waiting around the corner to try and help defend. It's on enough! Oh, he's just dead already! What is this? What is happening?
I can't believe it.
It's absurd! Like, the world enders. World is perhaps about to collapse. You die under tower here. It is just doomed. No escape. He brings out the wings, but he needs an angel to save him. Starts to dash away. Razork still looking for the chase. Gets slow with a hammer shock. Keeps on going and snip, snip. He slices him in half.
Getting a double the CS of Kana. He's gotten 2 plates, and yes, Casey get the Drake, but it's not enough to stop the bleeding.
Oh, Kalisz flashing forward. You can see Casey think they need to do something. Targamas looking for it as well, but now Kalisz has no flash. Will have the
in that last fight. So if you even peek your nose in here as Yike, it's going to get snipped off immediately. And from Fnatic then, as you say, you just start to lean all that pressure elsewhere. Oscarin has so much control over this top half. And now Upset taking the fight against Kalisz.
Kalisz has to have the heal used there by Targamas. The chase will continue. Good play, caller back. We'll get the route onto Upset. Grub's going over to Fnatic, and you know who's very happy about that.
Running for the tier 2, knowing Fnatic are going to look for the counter punch. And it's now bleeding over from the top lane towards Upset in that bottom half of the map as his own gold lead starts to spike.
Yeah, for Casey, you are finding any port in any storm right now. The CS you get is the prize you can have. As the keeper's welcome back. Razork doesn't need to spend time around top, so instead he will make Kalisz and Targamas' day a living nightmare. This is the sort of start Fnatic want. This is what they had in Game 2. Game 1 was Casey favored until around the 15-minute mark, but when Fnatic have garnered a lead like this in this series, they
got the control they needed. They can still push in on bot side. And
I mean, Targamas does have TP, so they could look to TP back and contest this.
I mean, this could be good for Casey. Kalisz still has the Feather Storm. Upset's used that Transcend oneself. His ultimate has been invested.
Upset is stuck.
Vladdy has Realm Warp, as you say. Upset unable to join the fight right now. Vladdy's going to separate Poby from the rest of his team. Keeper's Verdict gets rid of Vladdy. Targamas going back in, but the Steadfast Presence will stop him from dashing to anyone with a good handshake. Pulls him back. The hostile takeover has to be dodged with the Feather Storm out of Kalisz, and Poby's still on the chase. He pulls in the twofold Hex, and it's 5-0 Fnatic.
And Fnatic just keep finding every opportunity as they punish KC, getting 2 free kills, and it just feels so dire for them. It feels so hard, so heavy.
KC just looked lost, and Fnatic are happy to show them the way towards the door.
He's dead, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, you got the
redemption out. He might try and trade back into Oscar, who doesn't have mana. Flash forward. Vladdy's coming in. Does have a flash of his own, but they're back away. They can't do anything to Oscar.
Get a good engage. Something along the lines of that. Otherwise, it's too difficult.
And now, as you say, you get the Rip Tower.
They haven't shown that capability thus far in the series.
Really haven't. Karna's still looking here. TP coming in by Vladdy. They want this bounty. 325 extra gold on Oscar in his head. There's the Rune Prison. Needlework coming out from Oscar as he tries to survive. Redemption as well. Used by KC. The quickness. He dodges it. He dodges it. Still gets charmed in the end. He will be shut down. Vladdy's rise claims the prize of Oscar's life. But meanwhile, on the bot side, the Rift Herald charges in. It's a tier 2 for Oscar for Fnatic.
And there's pressure in the mid lane as well. They do need to back off, as you can see. They're trying to get the pressure on towards Fnatic themselves. Upset just trying to make sure that he can connect on towards the waves. Will be able to clear it out. But a tier 2 already for Fnatic.
But KC were able to find the magic that they needed. At least they got one side of pressure now. They had to drop the tier 2 for it, but now Mickey looking for Yike.
Lands a handshake, pulls him back, slammed into the wall. Yikes. No trigger seed will save you. Upset dashing across the wall as Targamas lands a grand entrance. Good double knockup. Coming out in the end. Targamas will be able to battle dance his way, get any vision in they can. We talk about doing something on the opposite side of the map, finding something for yourselves. They are doing that. They got a little bit of vision in. Oscarinin clears it away.
Oh, Oscar no W here, but he's so strong and so high level that even though KC will be able to get this top tower here most likely and get that objective bounty.
And it's good for KC.
Yeah.
They got as much as they could out of that trade in my estimations, at least assuming they take the tower down. They'll get a bounty for it. They don't quite get the tower, but it does fall in the end to the minions. Needle work out from Oscarinin, looking for the slow. And the gold lead shrinks to about 4K. Poby on the flank, Razork here too, and KC is 3v5, and Fnatic have come alive. 8-1 now. They once again regain that gold lead of 5K.
And KC found the tower, but they lost it all for it, as two members end up going down, and Fnatic do not let any...
From Oscarinin, he will join the fight. 2 items, upgraded boots. KC. If you can steal this, perhaps it keeps you in the game as Targamas and Yike will begin to step forward. Oscarinin does the same. Realm Warp coming out just to distract Fnatic. The Avakan down to 1,000. Oscarinin caught out for the hostile takeover. Will save his life. Kana now on the wrong side of the wall. Dumped back in with the flash handshake back. He's going to heal up with that Thunder Sky. He's going to have to use the cleanse. Oscarinin able to dash away. Meanwhile, Mickey sacrifices himself for the good of the team.
It looked a little dicey, but Fnatic, they managed to escape. They end up forcing the Avakan, but KC finding these small moments, and Poby not already in a position gave KC at least the chance to get a pick, but Fnatic get away with the Ataka.
A root caller out from Yike. He's going to chase down by Razork here. But the rest of KC are beginning to collapse. The red buff maybe needs to be forfeited here by Razork. Don't need to go for that root caller out from Yike. They'll steal away the red. Oscarinin escapes, has his flash back up. So even if he was caught in
even though KC's found their moment, I think it's kind of few and far between as Targamas, or maybe on the bottom side, might be the focus.
I think they're looking for Vladdy instead. Doesn't have the flash and has no tower.
He's dead.
Safety.
No.
Realm Warp out. Mickey's going to flash. Misses the handshake. Good Realm Warp out by Vladdy. Gets himself out of a very sticky spot.
And I want to add on to what you said, Rob. It's very nice that Fnatic got the Atakan, but at the same time, the gold lead was all the way up at 6K and has already now halved to 3K. So it's been a great comeback for KC thus far. And if you choose, like if I have to choose, if I'm 6K down, but you see here, even when Poby gets onto Kalist, there's so much healing and shielding that he has to get through, and so little CC on Fnatic's side that it's really hard for them to actually be the ones to start a fight. As they look onto Yike here,
they look at the damage onto Yike. Don't really want to step past Targamas and Kalist with Vladdy collapsing. Inside against it. Fnatic do have prio on that mid lane wave though, so they can try and take the tower if they want. Second dragon of the game for KC if they take this, but they are going to get slowed up by that Hex Drake. Be a little bit tricky to work around it. Oscarinin looking for the engage, kind of trying to keep them at bay. Keeper's Verdict coming out. Only knocks Dato goes through.
Oh my god.
Gets a triple knockback. They just yeet it away and steal it out of KC's hand. Beautiful by Razork.
It's a home run for Razork as he knocks away so many members of KC. They don't quite get the mid tower. But he'd be happy to get a few of his mates home.
And Razork did that while it was 4v5. Upset was just silently hitting this mid tower.
And KC kind of know it. So what they want to do is they want to fight immediately, looking for the Realm Warp.
Poby going away. Vladdy couldn't quite get the Flash Room Prison. Got the spell flux off, but Aurora enough mobility in her kit to escape.
Yeah, KC needed to try and send something. Mickey might be caught here though.
He's definitely caught. Puts the exhaust down onto Kana, who pops the world end. The Redemption's going to heal him up a ton. The hostile takeover lands onto 2, including Kalist, and Kana has to back away because of it. All the while, Oscarinin continues to push in bots.
And that's all the Fnatic really want here, is to buy that space. KC either over-index into bot and they get the mid tower, or Oscarinin just takes the inhibitor in their faces.
And that's the checkmate that we're seeing here. KC are left with only bad options as they try to look for plays, but they can't find them. And they just keep getting pushed in on sides and keep being drowned in the pressure of Oscarinin.
And now he's 2,500 gold ahead, taking that tier 3. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, that tower likely to fall just to the minion wave. Gold extends for Fnatic above that by Fnatic. Razork,
they can finish it
with Daisy. Poby has the death cap and he's TPing into the mid lane. As you say, they can try and finish this quickly and they'll get it. Hex So now Aurora on the flank, flash in from Razor. Hostile takeover coming out as well with Vladdy. He's in the midst of the enemy team and he doesn't have a way out at all. Vladdy's gonna fall. Yike follows suit. Kana next up, snick from Oscar winning. And he's Oscar winning this game.
And Fnatic is better. Fnatic is Star and Worlds.
Somehow, some way, this Fnatic has shown up today, and KC have been stunned. The LEC have been shocked, and it has been rocked.
No defense left for KC. The Fnatic faithful rewarded. Oscar Munoz Jimenez, remember the name. Fnatic take it. They'll go to Worlds, and tomorrow